And taking your suggestions seriously, we have a proposition for you. We will make This Is War 6 if we can reach a new goal on Patreon.
I like that. I mean, support you a little bit to getting This Is War 6. Yes! Oh boy. So hey everyone, this is Lon and I hope all of you have a great day so far. And I'm here with a little vlog about something that I've been eating on me for quite a while now. And it's been generally for a couple of years now actually, and but now I felt it was like, now it actually reached a little peak and I felt like I need to speak out about this, what I feel and my thoughts and things like that. So that is why I'm doing this, and seeing what Falconshield did now, and I felt like I need to speak about it. And what Falconshield did was that a while ago when they released This Is War 5, did they say directly that we won't do This Is War 6 because we don't have the funds for it and it costs too much and they don't earn on it and things like that. They don't, I mean, it's so much work and they don't get much for it. And that is damn understandable. I mean, if you work something insanely much, you putting so many hours to it, and you hope that at least maybe I can earn a little bit on it, and you don't do that, then you feel like, well, it sucks. I mean, you're happy for doing it, for have done all this great song, this great art, but still, as for the creator, it feels like that you do so much and still you don't get much for it. Maybe for some you don't get anything at all. And what they did now with this little vlog was speaking about that if they can get enough support on Patreon, they will do This Is War 6. And as a big fan of that, I'm like, fuck yeah, let's then make that happen. And as Joseph said in the blog was that there's over 237,000 subscribers, and if only 1% donate $1, then it's easy to reach the goal he set of $3,000 for Patreon. And that makes sense. Seriously, I mean, from creating something takes time. And first of all, being alive, it's expensive. I mean, surely you can live poorly, but not much happened with that. I mean, seriously, I've been living dirt poor for a very long time and all that. And it costs to be alive. Yeah, I mean, these artists, the musicians, those that draw arts or writing and things like that, they need to live as well. And when it comes to Falconshield and This Is War, it's more than that. I mean, we're talking about months of work, editing, lyrics, contacting collab with other artists that also need to get something from it, and taking the time to mash everything. I mean, there is something. It's one thing when one person make a song, just I mean they sing and things like that. But when you're gonna collaborate with so many artists, that is a huge project. And when they ask, like, I mean, $3,000, that is not much in the long run. I mean, for me, it's like, wow, seriously. But considering the months of work and the people involved, that is honestly not much actually. And before people starting to scream too much about, oh, they are so greedy. Why did you take my money? My money! It's my money! I just want you to look back, maybe you're just too young for it, but I mean, when I was younger, I bought CDs all the time. When I could, at least, when I had money for it. And the only thing that could happen was sometimes that you complain that, oh my god, it's a bit expensive now. I wait a bit and buy it when it's a bit cheaper and things like that. Now what you did, you bought the CDs, you bought the music. And now the difference here is that Falconshield and many others musicians here on YouTube and all that do actually upload their work for free here. Many have just Patreon as partial support for them. That they are like me. I mean, I have my own little Patreon. It's not much, but the idea is that for those that can and want to support the creator a bit extra, can do that. It's just an option. It's nothing you're forced to, because you're still getting the music and all that. And of course, as Patreon you have often a little bit of tiers and you get a little bonus and things like that. But generally, still, I mean, even if I haven't been a Patreon all the time, I've been there in the past, but then I got my own problems. I couldn't be anymore. I still got to hear and see their music. It's just an option. You're not forced to do that. And the biggest thing is that not only that it costs for them a lot to do, but it's not that I know some people like to blame the creators that they are greedy, they are fault. But I actually think it's opposite. It's us, the consumers, that is at fault, because we have been so used to like Falconshield here, they making This Is War. We just demand them to make more. And when you demand something, you often need to pay, because even if they would love to make This Is War 25 within a year, I mean, they can't do that. They have their own lives. They have lots of work, and if they could live on just doing that, I'm pretty sure they would do that, because I'm pretty sure they love to do this as well. But you know, it's also an immense amount of work. And then saying that they are greedy, I mean, I could never do that actually, because I'm just sitting there. The only thing I spend is the waiting, and that most of you do as well. We just wait. That is what we spend, just patience. For some doesn't have patience, but still. And I think that is when people say that, I mean, come on, they're greedy. They're evil? They're having the song hostage. They're taking them hostage, and I'm like, what? But I think that is a bit over the stretch. I mean, people claiming that. I mean, the one thing I think actually best with this is when you buy, for example, when you buy a song through, I don't know what they're using now, because honestly I haven't been catching up lately at all. But like when you, at least I can go back for a few years ago, when you bought a CD. I'm a big fan of Sabaton, so I buy their CD. Maybe for say $10 or something like that. I don't know the difference in the prices really, how it will be between Swedish kronor and dollars and all. But well, let's say $10. Of these $10, not much of it will go to the band, because the corporation and all that, they of course taking big chunks for themselves. And the difference here is that if I donate $10 to Falconshield here now, all these $10 definitely go straight to them. There's nothing in between. Of course, since they use PayPal, I pretty much assume there will be a slight fee, but that is not much compared to if a corporation thinks like that. Now, well, there is a different discussion and all that, and if the corporations are bad and good or whatever, I don't want to go into that too much. But I hope you understand. I mean, when you donate to them, it's going to them. It's nothing in between. It's gonna help them. And honestly, it is up to you. If you don't want to donate to them or any other creator, you don't need to do that. Because I know, like most of them still will upload on YouTube and other places and all that. But what gets me the most is that people assume that they think they are entitled to free things, free music, free art and things like that. And I'm gonna go in a bit of art, because I have lots of artist friends. My girlfriend is an artist, my best friends are artists, and I know I've been seeing them from when they're like barely can make a character to grow and make these amazing paintings and things like that. Seriously, it's amazing to see. It's like seeing you're planting a seed, and it doesn't, fuck me, it's just dirt. And then suddenly it's like, where the fuck did that amazing flower bed come from? And sorry, I love flowers and all that. But honestly, seeing that, I think that is first of all just amazing. But then it comes people, but that is, for an artist out there, probably heard this a couple of times, things like, wow, you're drawing so cool and so fast. Looks super easy. Can't you draw my character for free? That is, there are many, I have lots of friends that are getting that things as well. Things like, I want an image for my YouTube channel. Can you do that for me? Of course it shouldn't cost anything, because why not? No! I don't pay for art, because it's fast and easy to do. I mean, that it happens so freaking many times, and I think most artists out there have different stories how they encountered people like that. And I go the same with music. I mean, you just assume, wow, seriously, when you see this guy, I mean, when I hear Falconshield and all of them sing and making these songs, I'm thinking like, holy shit, they are so tight when it is playing, combining everything. They're so freaking good at it. But they didn't start like that. Every single one of them, every single artist out there that you see like making these amazing arts, amazing songs, they have spent hours, they've spent most of their lives doing this. And they love doing it. I mean, that is why you do it. I mean, you love music, you love art, you do it because of that. And when people think that, well, why not? I mean, I want that for free. You're talking about people that spent their entire lives doing something to become great at it. And then you think like, well, I have never spent, me personally, I've spent like 10 minutes in my entire life playing a guitar. I won't go there and assume like, well, can you play this amazing song just for me? You do it so easy. Who is at fault here then, actually, if you think like that? Is it the creator said, no, well, if you can pay me for it, sure. Or the consumer said like, no, you should do it for free. I mean, who is actually at fault? I mean, and before people say like, well, money is not everything. Well, being poor definitely isn't funny. I've been poor so freaking much. I got evicted, things like that. So yeah, money do actually mean a lot. And that is nothing that we like want it to be, but that's how economy and the world work at the moment. And for now, before something chaotic happen, shit is going on all over the world, that we know. But yeah, and I think that is generally what I want to speak of, that never feel entitled to that you are supposed to get music, art, text, things like that, all these things for free. Because you're talking about people that spend many hours daily. For them, it's not a thing, it's a lifestyle. I grew up with a family with lots of musicians. My father was a musician, my uncle, my aunties, my brothers, cousins, my grandparents, even my grandmother was a drummer. That was pretty cool, actually. It was pretty fun to see. And my mother is an artist, my sister is an artist, and I mentioned it and you know, I've been growing up with this entire life, so maybe it's because I've seen how much work they spend personally. I mean, I seen growing up when I saw my father, he was not a big, and it was a bit way before internet and YouTube and all that, of course, but how he was playing locally, how they would leave early on the day, maybe 10 in the morning, and they would take their things, set it up at the place where they were hired to play, and they will play maybe later that day, but it take hours to prepare everything, and then when it's done, they're gonna get home, and they usually weren't home for very, very late at the night, because it takes time, it's lots of work, and then not to mention all the training in between. When we see here on YouTube, when a band, I mean, we have like Man Opponent, Caleb Hydes, Nate Wants to Battle, and so many other amazing musicians. Not only Falconshield, of course, but yeah, they are definitely awesome. But it is to see that we see the finished product and look like, wow, seriously? They look super easy. Man, that is cool. But we don't see how they have been struggling, not only to make that song or that video or that art, but their entire lives to get there. And that is what I think is insanely respectful of us people that then demand of doing things for free or think they're greedy for asking. I mean, there is one thing if they like literally demand, well, if you want this song, you need to pay up $10,000. You're out of luck, kid. I mean, then of course that can be a bit crazy. But when you like general ask of kindness, asking, but can you support us? You're not forced to do it, but can you please do that? Then I feel like, man, even I that is so poor can still donate a little dollars to them. I mean, I know it's not much, but I still want to do that and hopefully increase that, because there are so many people I want to support. Seeing these artists and so hardworking and seeing what they do. I mean, I think it, and I mean that is like generally for YouTubers as well. Markiplier, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie, and whatever. If you like them or whatever. Is that we see what this video, it's hilarious, we're laughing, and it looks awesome, it looks good, and we don't see how much struggles there have been to get there. So when people say like, hey, it's easy to be a musician or something like that, I say there is people that say that, or that it's not real work, a real job to be a musician or an artist, and I'm like, first of all, it's not easy. Secondly, it is a job, and that is one thing I was thinking on lately as well today, that music, art, text, and everything is something all cultures have in connected. I mean, it doesn't matter how far back you look on humanity. There's always been music, it's always been text, it's always been art. Seriously, since caveman, haven't been doing things on the walls, you know, cave paintings, things like that. And it's crucial part for us, not only in the past, but in the future, and to grow. I mean, everything, literally, is based around, I mean, that is such a huge part of us, and we need that. Seriously, so when you say that, well, music is not important, I don't think you realize it, because it was like a tweet I saw earlier today, actually. I was like, that is so fucking true, and it's like, this tweet was about something like, I don't think people understand how art is really. I mean, they assume art is just a picture, but it's not. Okay, sorry for the dialect thing there, but yeah. But when you walk in a store, what do you see? It's art. All the designs, all the things, all the cars you drive, the house you be, art. This fucking room is created through art. I mean, architecture and things like that. It's part of art. That is suddenly, if everything is like, wow. Yeah, I think that's pretty cool. I mean, and I think that is important to know for some people at least. And I do know there's so many people that support great artists and all that, definitely. And I think that is awesome of you guys and gals that do that as well. Awesome work of you artists and creators, musicians, and everyone that out there that's struggling and working so hard for what you are doing. And of course, there's limits. I mean, you can't support how many people as you want to. I mean, I would probably be one of the worthless millionaires ever, because I would throw my money everywhere just to support people I looking up to and my family, things like that. I would be like, yeah, can you my wallet it's so fat, I'm so used to be so thin, so I need to thin it out a little bit. Well, it would be actually fun because I love to give. And then maybe that is why I'm playing generally supporting games, because I like to support. But yeah, seriously, so this came from simply a couple of comments on Falconshield's video and all that, and I felt I want to speak out of that. And before, yes, there is musicians and artists that is assholes. I mean, I know a couple of them that I really just despise, and doesn't matter how good their art or music is. As when they are assholes like that, I will never support this kind of people. But some other people like it and they support them and whatever. So, but that is why it's important you find who you want to support, as well as I feel that simply show respect to the creators. Don't feel entitled that everything they do you should get for free. If they sound to say, but no, sorry, but you need to support us by Patreon now for getting this, because we need to live as well. Then if you're saying like, greedy bastards, who's actually greedy? The one that do the things that you want, but you don't want to pay for it. I mean, I don't think you tell a carpenter or a baker that they are greedy for doing their jobs, because this is something these people spend many hours to make. So I just think, I'm terribly sorry for a long vlog and long talk here, but I just wanted to speak about this, because I feel very passionate about this. And I think it's very important as well to think a bit more about this. To think about ourselves as consumers as well, for the creators. That, I mean, sometimes communication can be quite bad between both parts, and things go to hell and whatever. But I think still this is very important to speak of and be able to think. And yeah, you know what I want to speak of. So sorry about that, and honestly sorry about the quality here, because literally I have only one lamp. The rest have been broken. I haven't been able to buy lamps because they're so freaking expensive. These, what do you call, like halogen lamps? Seriously? They're expensive? I can't afford that. Well, I can, but then I need to cut on the food. And I'm a fat guy, I need to eat. Well, actually I need to lose weight, so I will. But yeah, so I will be back with more games, videos, and things like that later on. So thank everyone, and hopefully I get to some of you, or if you think different, what is your thoughts? Share it with me and everyone else, honestly. And please, for God's sake, there is no reason to be aggressive to each other. If you have different opinions, you have that. We can still talk as adults. Even if I'm a big baby many times myself, I mean, I can. And you know what I mean. But thank everyone, seriously, and thank all of you amazing artists and creators out there. Seriously, keep up the great work. See you later on with the next video. Hopefully it's a bit more fun, either reaction video or let's play. We will see. So thank you everyone. See you later on. And most of all, have a continued super great day.